I'm here to steal the bride. Dustin's every step resounded through the entire hall like a loud bell. His footsteps could be heard over the quiet hall. The crowd had their eyes wide open, and their expressions were filled with shock. Nobody could have imagined that someone dared object to the union between the Langford family and the Nicholson family. Oh my goodness. Who is this punk? He dares disrupt the wedding? Does he have a death wish? You have to give him credit for being so brave. He actually dared to provoke the two powerful families. Interesting. This is definitely interesting. Seems like a good show is about to start. After a momentary silence, the crowd erupted in frenzied discussion, pointing and gossiping incessantly. Dustin. Staring at the familiar face, Dahlia's expression revealed how happy she was. However, that happiness was quickly replaced with worry. Although she was grateful and touched, she knew his actions would bring about a disaster. By disrupting the wedding, it meant that he was challenging both the Langfords and the Nicholsons. Is this punk insane? He's making a scene all by himself. Where did he get the courage? Dakota was astonished and couldn't believe it. What an idiot. Jane pursed her lips. It was as if she was looking at a dead man. She knew Lewis had already made preparations and stationed numerous security personnel around the hotel. Dustin had sent himself into the lion's den by barging in here. Insolent bastard. Lewis' expression turned cold. He felt the urge to kill rising within him. He couldn't believe Dustin really came to meet his demise. Rhys, I'm warning you to get your ass out of here. Otherwise, you'll bear the consequences. Florence screamed in frustration. Her daughter was one step away from getting married into a wealthy family. She would make an enemy out of anyone who dared ruin her dreams. Dahlia, I'm here. Dustin ignored all the criticisms and threats surrounding him and walked up the stage with deliberate steps. His determined gaze was fixed on the person in front of him. What are you doing here? Go back immediately. Dahlia's brows were furrowed, and she looked anxious. She had noticed the number of bodyguards of the Langford family approaching the stage. Dustin's expression was solemn. I told you. I won't let you get married to Lewis. I'm definitely taking you away today. Are you crazy? This is not the place for you to act so recklessly. Just leave. Dahlia made fervent gestures to urge him to leave. In a serious tone, Dustin told her, I know what you're worried about, but please believe me. I promise there won't be anything to worry about after this. It's no use. You don't know who you're up against. Dahlia shook her head vehemently. She knew he could fight. She also knew he had the Harmon family backing him. But even the Harmon family was no match for the Langfords. Not to mention, the Langfords also had the Nicholsons behind them. Dustin suddenly asked, Dahlia, in all these years, with everything that has happened, have I ever lied to you? No. She shook her head firmly. Since I've never lied to you, please believe me once more. Dustin extended his hand as an invitation. Dahlia went silent. Her heart was conflicted. She longed to leave with Dustin. Even if that meant eloping and wandering the entire world with him, she would do it gladly. However, there were far too many factors to consider. Dahlia, you don't need to think about anything else. Leave everything to me. Just this once, let yourself be a little selfish. Dustin said, full of sincerity. Dahlia bit her lips. It seemed like she had come to a decision. She took a deep breath. All right. She would be selfish this one time. She stopped thinking about the consequences and extended her hand with resolve, holding tight to Dustin's hand. At that moment, Dustin formed a smile. So did she. Dahlia Nicholson, do you know what you're doing? Seeing them holding hands, Lewis' expression was laced with extreme fury. In front of such a large crowd, his fiancée regretted her decision and decided to elope with another man. Nothing was more humiliating than that,